What's up, Spider Low? What's up, Lesson One? Man, you had a very Lesson One. You and Spider Low, y'all had some very powerful information on y'all last videos, man. So I want to salute y'all kings, and I wanted to just put in a little input because I'm lame to a lot of things, and so it's like I do YouTube videos sometimes. Sometimes it'll say where somebody can subscribe, and sometimes it don't even say nothing. So I don't know what I've even done wrong, but I publish it. So it's a couple of questions I want to ask y'all and share a little information with y'all. And y'all can chop this up. I'm gonna send Bless One email. I'm gonna send you one text message, Spike Low. You know, so I called in on your line. You told me it was cool. So you know I like to run my mouth. I'm 71, so it is what it is. I'm gonna make this show. So first thing I want to know, man, that nobody ain't speaking on, is Mr. Hoover. Do he have 7 concurrent life sentences or 7 consecutive life sentences? It's a great difference there. If you got 7 concurrent life sentences, then he only have 1 life sentence. If you got 7 consecutive life sentences, that means you got to do 1, get rid of that one, then do the next one until you get to 7. In other words, they're trying to keep you forever. Okay. For someone to get on the YouTube and say, you ain't gonna never get up and all of this and all of that, you're running your mouth. The reason you're running your mouth, you never know. Look at me. I had 50 with a whole bunch of stuff run up in it, but I still had 50. Okay? A whole bunch of stuff run up in it, and I'm out. So where does all of this negativity come from? When most of the time all you got is family and friends that you grew up with that's gonna check on you. Okay? And in there, you keep hope alive. You never give up. You never give up. Giving up is the last thing you do in there. So, by my homeboy putting himself in this situation, making me think this man might just have 1 life sentence. And that would change the whole complexity of the situation. Okay? Look at that lady that had all that time for the 1 rock cocaine they let go after she did 30 calendars or whatever. Would you tell her to give up, kill herself or whatever in the penitentiary? And you got people out here talking about they gonna help you? So man, this is kind of like screwed up to me. And another thing, when a fella say, because your paper ain't long as his or whatever, and then you try to get in that old clubhouse stuff. Really, I done got booted out of that stuff so much. I don't even know when to talk or whatever, because it's a talking thing. It ain't really no action thing. It's a talking thing. But I ain't never tried to talk to this guy, because the first thing that he gonna say is gonna come out of his mouth is, who is you? I don't know you. Shit, you don't know, nigger. You don't really know. To me, When you don't know me, that's a good thing. That's really a good thing. I really, man, that's really wonderful that you don't know me. Okay. Did you know? Did you know Carl Hampton? You don't know Carl Hampton. That's what I'd have told him. You don't know Carl Hampton. I'd have stood right beside him. Matter of fact, I was standing side beside him when he got killed in Houston. You know who Carl Hampton is? He's kin to Fred Hampton. And Fred Hampton represented a whole lot of the movement that black folks was going through and everything, so forth and so on. Did you know them? Mr. Big Money, Mr. Big Shot. Well, anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know that this man might have only one life sentence. And the reason I say that is because the long as he been down in the joint, you have inmates that live in that law library and they become so good that they call writ writers. And if he had consecutive sentences, they probably done got to work on that. So to bring it to a concurrent stage because of the more laws and things that they had going on at that time. And it's a great possibility. It's a great possibility that his sentences is run concurrent. And in the state of Texas, when you get a case, the governor can pardon you if you present something that look like it's going to help the community or youth or whatever. I understand about the money play and all of this here, but you got people like Spider Low. You got people like that youngster, Bless One. They not down with all of that stupidity, man, that you bringing and trying to go viral and all of that kind of stuff. They not involved in that. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. A person can mess over so many people that when it's time comes, and when it's time comes, it's there. And if you messed over a whole lot of people, how the police gonna figure out which lead to take? I've been caught up in that situation before. So, the dude messed over so many people. He didn't, when he was laying on that ground, he didn't know who shot him. And the police were trying to ask him who shot him, man. Who he gonna think about who shot him? I'm gonna tell y'all this. My mama went to her grave asking me the same question. My nickname Bunny. Bunny, did you shoot that man? I said, no, Mama, I didn't shoot that man. My dad would just sit up there and laugh. Sit up there and laugh. And she just would always ask me that question. I said, no, Mama, I didn't shoot that man. So, dealing with RICO, most of the time they start from the bottom to get to the top. I don't know if there's some kind of play being made or whatever, But these people that's speaking on this situation, if they don't know nothing about that situation, they need to leave that situation alone, because really, when them people got you, they don't even talk. They don't even talk. I done seen a friend of mine, well, I know his brother, a Spanish guy. You know, matter of fact, I called him yesterday, just kicking it with him. I always kick it with him. He live that square life. Now, he got caught up, but they had to let him go. But they didn't let his brother go because he was on top. But they couldn't tie him in. At that time, you know, they had wires. They wore wires. Now they use the internet. So, when his brother got caught up, finally he got up out of there because he had a lot of paper. And he got up out of there. Soon he got up out of there, we was on the job like, he said, man, my brother done got up. Shoot, one of the next week, he done left the States, the whole States. This is what he done. So, he came back up, got his paper right. I wonder, do y'all remember when in Mexico they had them wars going on? His brother got caught up. I pulled up to the service station. His brother was filling up his pickup truck, crying. Man, I got to go get my brother's body, man, bring him back, give him a decent funeral, man. You don't know, man. I had to beg this man, man. Man, don't go nowhere, man. Man, don't go nowhere. Please don't go nowhere, man. You can't find me. You probably have to see me in block or whatever, man. It took me 2 hours to convince that man not to go to that place, okay? I done been around shit that happened, man. And he didn't go. And he thanked me for that. Sometimes you get caught up in a funky situation. I can tell you a funky situation since I've been out. I got caught up in. I got another nephew. I got one nephew. He got out of them streets. He an owner operator. He doing his thing and he making plenty of money. He called me the other day. Hey, what's up? I said, oh, ain't nothing, man. He said, I want you to take me fishing, give me the game. So when my son grow up, I know how to enjoy life with him, taking fishing, and I know what I'm doing. And I want you to give me the game. And he said, after the 20th, I'm gonna shut the truck down and you pick what day and we're gonna go there. So I said, yeah, it's cool, man. So I got another nephew. He don't believe in square money. My baby sister had a heart attack. She passed away. And he was arguing with her that night before. I don't like him. My other two sisters, my nephew, my brother that just passed away, they all know I don't like him. I think he killed my sister. She was trying to talk him out of getting out them streets. He done been shot 5 times and all that stuff. So anyway, my mama left all of us that house that I was living in. He called a fire. So by him being my baby sister's son, it was 6 of us, and so he get 1/6. So what happened was, Right after the house caught on fire, I had a sale for a fire damaged house. I had a sale for it and everything, waiting on the paper. Well, the boy confronted me. I told him he could sign off one way he can get paid off. You know, he could sign off like my sister and my brother did. And that means I'll just add more paper. Well, he didn't know I had a sale for it. He went to going crazy and trying to show me to the point where I could have got this and I could have got that and all that. He didn't know I had a sale for it already. Shouting and screaming and shouting in front of my face, man, really disrespecting me. People, neighbors down the street could hear him 3-4 doors down. He made a mistake. I've been to the same place you've been. I live in a $250,000 house and I got 6 cars. Well, first of all, he done dropped his location to me, which is real bad. Because I know where my sister was living. And I know that's the house he's talking about. But he was strapped, keep in mind he was strapped, but now I got to get out there a little bit, even if I just say, forget the house. I say, hey boy, look here, let me tell you something, you ain't been the same place I've been, man. Let me tell you why you ain't been the same place I've been. I say, you see your shirt pocket? That little place you been? For them little couple of years, and I don't know how y'all be getting them little 2, 3, if you ain't got no paper in the first place. I say, that shirt pocket was for you to have them with pens and pencils in there, and they send you to their school and all of that. And you see them COs, and they say, get up and say, well, you out of Yasonosa. They don't send me to them kind of places, boy. Let me tell you where the place I was. The same shirt pocket was a Target. And we kept the ambulance running. And them COs, they did what we told them to do. Okay? On the rock and round. They did what we told them to do. And we had it all. We had everything. Okay? So you ain't been in no same place I've been. And I know that he had a little figurehead with him and she was standing on the side of the car, and I know that any little move I make, it was gonna be ugly. So he messed around and called my other nephew mama. By me being locked up so long, he didn't really know nothing about me, and she got at him. Boy, do you know what you done? You better call your uncle right now and apologize because you'll come up missing, boy. And I stayed up all night thinking about what that boy said to me. But the other day when my nephew called me about taking him fishing, me and him going fishing, he still, even though he done got out them streets and everything, he didn't understand. Because I never mentioned it. Why? That I let Fulio make it. First of all, he's a damn fool. And he got one shot. He had one shot at me, took his shot. Okay? He took his shot. That's it. No more shots. Okay? Even when my brother's funeral, I couldn't even go. My sister and them didn't want me to go to the ground because he was going to be there. I had to go to their house and stay. Even though it wasn't nothing. I had to go later date. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, to y'all, if y'all can find that out for me, it would make me feel a little better from what Hope No 100 said about the man not never getting out. I guess what he supposed to do, give up? But my homeboy getting involved, I really think it could be a good play that he'll get up from what I know about these kind of things. Okay? Here we are talking about a person that works, I think, with the people. He dropped lugs. He dropped all kind of lugs. And the next thing you know, you caught up in a situation. Okay? So, he could drop all the lugs he want on me. Most of my homeboys don't, except one. And he sat with the family at my brother's funeral last October, and he is my brother. The people can come with all they want. They can't. They get nothing. That's their job. They get nothing. They can whoop. I'd have been whooped. I'd have been drugged. I'd have been put in cells that was 2 foot wide and 6 foot long where you couldn't set up in. Bloody. Trying to seek information. Okay. Me and this boy is a different breed. And getting caught up in a situation with my homeboy, it's a possibility that he might cross my homeboy out or whatever. Because one thing that seemed really suspicious to me was that he was sent some information, let's just say from one of his friends. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Of a SEAL indictment. That's strange to me. What a SEAL indictment is that when they collect enough information to get to the top, then they open it and they file it. But in the alternative, that everything is solid, it stays sealed. So, how do you get in possession of a sealed indictment? I want y'all to tell me that. Bless one, shout out to you, young man. You really spit some good stuff on your last video. And Lo, you know I hang with you, baby. And you get on school a lot, but you know when you got on me today, I was already locked in that you had some suspects. And I was going to tell you I was going to just make a video to ask you about it. Because I know maybe on the cool you can find out. And another thing, since my videos, even though I publish them sometimes, they I don't even see where you put subscribe at, or you know, well, people could subscribe or nothing. You know, but I really just be trying to reach out to them youths, man, and really want them to get off of them streets, man. And the movement that y'all got going is really sweet, man. And I just want to say one other thing. The game I had from the old school, my nephew, he doing his thing, and I'll just take that little game to the grave with me. But it was always there. If he stayed in them streets, I'd have gave him the alternative on finessing to make paper without putting your life on the line. And he picked up one thing from me: he's a loner. If you want any information, you have to squeeze him. And we're going fishing after the 20th. He gonna shut his truck down. Now this is what's gonna be when I tell him about that other boy situation, this is how I'm gonna do it. You know, I don't supposed to know where he lived at. And I don't want him to get mad at my sister because she didn't tell me where he lived at. But this is the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna send him a picture of his house. And he don't live in Houston. I'm gonna send him a picture of his house. And I'm gonna tell him, when we go and we're going in your pickup, do you want me to come here or your mama house? And then I got to tell him what I'm driving. You see, because even though the square life is the good life, I didn't say be square. And it's easy to let the smooth taste fool you with this boy because he got all the works. So I got to tell him what I'm driving. You see, then he'll fully understand when this boy told me he had 6 cars and a $250,000 house. No good. No good. That's a mistake I don't never want him to make. He probably, when I drop the picture, it's gonna stun him. Okay? Then when we get to rolling together, I'm gonna tell him why I gave that boy one shot. Because it goes like this here. I don't know. You know, you might do something and then, you know, them people might say, yeah, I'm glad you got it. That's the right one, you know, and let you go. You never know what's gonna happen. So, I know I done had enough of y'all time, but I need y'all to enlighten me on them facts. And, because it's very suspect to me that a person can get hold to a sealed indictment, and especially where it came from is more suspect. And I'm gonna email my homeboy again and ask him, can I just have a sit down with him? Because we know the same people. He know the same people, he's just a little younger than me. And I just don't want him to get caught up. Because dealing with a cobra. But I know my homeboy know how to deal with a cobra. He'll turn into a cobra, but he'll turn into a 5-headed cobra, and if he miss him with one head, he'll hit him with the other one, and that's bad. So, with that, young man, shout out to Spider Low. Shout out to my cousin, my first cousins in LA, Compton. Shout out to you, Bless One. Shout out to R.I.P. Carl Hampton in Chi-Town. Shout out to your family, man. It was real cool with me. I was so distraught of what had happened that they had to take me straight home, and then I was under the influence or something, so I was just to get ignorant, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm out of here later.